My boss called me into his office on a Monday morning and said, "Congratulations, you're getting promoted." And instead of celebrating, I nearly started crying. I had worked at the company for 4 years. I knew the systems, the clients, and almost everyone in the building. So when my manager announced that I was becoming team supervisor, everyone congratulated me. Everyone except me. The problem was that nobody understood why. My coworker Daniel slapped my shoulder and said, "You finally made it." I smiled and thanked him. But inside, I was already calculating how quickly I could find another job. That evening, I told my mother. She was proud. See, all those late nights were worth it. I didn't tell her that the promotion came with almost no extra salary. I also didn't tell her that the person who had held the position before me had resigned after 3 months because of the workload. The next morning, I received 47 emails before 9 a.m. By lunchtime, 3 employees had already complained to me about each other. By 3 p.m., the CEO wanted a report. At 5 p.m., my boss reminded me that supervisors were expected to stay until everything was finished. I looked at the clock. It was 8:40 p.m. when I finally left the building. The next day was worse. My coworkers had stopped treating me like a friend and started treating me like the enemy. If I reminded someone about a deadline, they called me controlling. If I defended someone, another employee accused me of favoritism. If I complained to management, I was told, "You're the supervisor. Handle it." After 2 weeks, I was exhausted. Then one Friday afternoon, the CEO called me into his office. "How are you finding the new position?" he asked. I hesitated. "Honestly." He nodded. "I hate it." He laughed. He leaned back and said, "You're the first person who has told me the truth." Then he opened a file on his desk. Inside were anonymous employee surveys about the company. Almost every employee had complained about the same thing. Supervisors were being promoted without receiving proper authority, training, or pay. "We've been trying to figure out why good employees keep quitting," he said. "Now we know." He offered me a strange choice. I could keep the promotion, with a new salary and actual authority, or return to my old position with no penalty. I thought about it for a moment. I want my old job. He looked surprised. "Why?" I smiled. "Because I was good at it." The following Monday, Daniel was promoted instead. I expected him to celebrate, but he walked into my office looking terrified. "What did I just agree to?" he asked. I laughed. "Welcome to management." For the first time, I realized something nobody tells you about promotions. Sometimes the job you spend years trying to escape isn't the job you're supposed to get promoted from. Sometimes being successful means knowing exactly where you belong. 3 months later, the company completely changed its management system. Supervisors received proper salaries, training, and authority. Daniel eventually became excellent at the job. As for me, I stayed in my old position and became the person everyone came to when they needed help. Then, one afternoon, the CEO walked past my desk and stopped. "You know," he said, "you're probably the only person here who turned down a promotion and ended up making more money." I laughed. "How?" He smiled. "Because you made us fix the promotion system." Then, he handed me an envelope. Inside was a bonus bigger than the salary increase I would have received from becoming supervisor. I looked at him and laughed. "So I got promoted without getting promoted?" He nodded. "Exactly. And for the first time in my career, I realized the best promotion I ever received was the one I had the courage to refuse."